Hi there, Unity family. We're back again on the Africa Unity platform. My name is KingIdris and I'm out here to give you guys the new insight on what is going on the home ground in Africa and the international community. Today we're going straight to the Caribbean. We're going straight to Jamaica. We'll be talking about the ban on Afrobeat in the Caribbean and some other parts in Africa. My people, let's put it straight this way. All music in the world, genre of music in the world come from the home ground, Africa. Everything you guys listen to in the world, you're talking of dancehall, you're talking of Afrobeat, you're talking of hip-hop, just name any genre of music, high life, any kind of music, jazz music comes from the African people. So it comes from the home ground of Africa. The African American create hip-hop, whereby the Africans in the diaspora create Afrobeat, and the founder and the real home of Afrobeat is from the Nigerian people, straight from Fela Anikulapo Kuti in Ogun State in Nigeria. So my people, a lot of people from the Caribbeans have been talking about the fast rising, the fast growing of Afrobeat, and they've been talking about how Afrobeat is going to cancel their own form of music, the dancehall and reggae music, whereby dancehall and reggae have been from the earliest days of time. So a lot of people know the ska, rock and steady, they know the vibe to dancehall music, and they know the reggae music that is being founded that comes straight out of Jamaica, from the prolific people of Jamaica, and mostly from Bob Marley. So a lot of people know about this, and Afrobeat now have overshadowed reggae. Afrobeat now have overshadowed reggae, dancehall, any form of music you talked about in the world, because a lot of people that even on the American home ground, we can see Future and Drake featuring Thames on their own music. We can see Chris Brown trying to dance the Afrobeat music. It's all single now. One of his best music ever is with Wizkid, and we can see a lot of people with the Snoop Dogg dancing to Afrobeat music, with Khalifa dancing to Afrobeat music. We've seen Ultra in the studio now with Fuse. So we see a lot of people trying to promote the real African culture, because as you see, Afrobeat is the real African culture. Afrobeat don't talk about killing, Afrobeat don't talk about hate, Afrobeat talks about vibes, they talk about love, they talk about unity, they talk about togetherness, happiness, how you can enjoy yourself with the African vibe, with the African dialect. So why is a lot of people hating on Afrobeat? Afrobeat is the future, and is the only way for the African people in the world, in the international community, because there's nothing nobody will tell me, and there's nothing we're going to do about it in the world. Africa have one of the most populous youth coming out of Africa. Every year Africa produce a lot of babies. That's why I see a lot of happy face, happy people, happy children, dancing, vibing to Afrobeat music. How did Afrobeat become international? It's from the full power and the full engineers from the Nigerian people. They put a lot of time, a lot of resources, their blood, their sweat, they put everything they got to push on Afrobeat, because after the government of the day in the country is not doing anything right, but Afrobeat music is keeping people and is making people go forward. In times of new innovation, you're talking of development, you're talking of the fast rising of African culture and spreading out in the international community. So why would people that come from Africa be mad about people doing Afrobeat music? The Jamaicans need to sit up with the Nigerians and know how Afrobeat works, how everything in Afrobeat works, because a lot of Jamaicans have been asking questions. Their children don't want to listen to dancehall no more. They say dancehall is full of violence, killing, gunmen, calling women names. So Afrobeat don't do all this. So Afrobeat is a kind of music you can play in your house, you can play with your family, you can listen with your family. If you're traveling, you can play this anywhere in the world, and a lot of people are going to have adequate understanding about this culture of Africa that is being spread to the international community. Afrobeat gets its prominence and its fast rising days from UK, United Kingdom. They keep the Nigerians that live in the United Kingdom through the Notting Hill Carnival, a lot of carnivals on the street of New York, on the street of United Kingdom and United States of America, have put in a lot of work to push the Afrobeat music through its mechanism, through its people. And you know, a lot of people have been gravitating to this new sound because it's very, very relaxing. It's different. It sounds interesting. It talks about a lot of people out of Africa. You're talking about the Ghanaians, you're talking about the Kenyan, you're talking about the Ugandan, you're talking about even in Egypt, Morocco, anywhere you talk about Afrobeat, talked about everything, because Afrobeat carry the lingos of all the African country. That's why I see the Nigerian people, anytime they're doing their Afrobeat music, they try to put a little bit of Twi, a little bit of every language, every tribes in Africa. You know, if you're from Tanzania, you can listen to Afrobeat, you hear something pertaining to Swahili. You know, it's a lot going on Afrobeat music as a whole, because it's combination of all African sounds. That's why they call it Afrobeat. We see at the time the Ghanaian, our neighboring country, Ghana, talk about banding of Afrobeat. Even Cameroon talk about banding of Afrobeat. I'm not mad at you people, because I understand where you guys coming from. Nigeria has enormous population. Anything they step on, anything they gravitate to, spread to the world. So everybody is watching Nigerians on this new innovation of Afrobeat, and the spreading of the widespread of Afrobeat music throughout the whole world through Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, Fuse ODG, Stonebwoy, Shatta Wale. Everywhere you talked about, you can see the Beyonce album. A lot of enormous African art was on the album. You know, you're talking about Tiwa Savage, you're talking about Burna Boy, Wizkid, Shatta Wale, a lot of people, because everybody in the world know Afrobeat is the future. Reggae dancehall at their own time. This is Afrobeat time. Like as we're talking in 2022 now, the best song in this summer is Burna Boy, Last Last. Afrobeat made their wave. Last Afrobeat get their gain. And last African people are getting the recognition they needed from their music, because every genre of music in the world start from Africa, my people. So Nigerian people know how to put things together, how to put their resources together, how to package themselves. They package what they have. That's why they package the culture, the music, the heritage of Fela Anikulapo Kuti, and they spread it to the world. So this is what people are seeing, and the massive growth of Afrobeat and the massive population of Nigeria is going to make a lot of people talk, which we, the people of Nigeria, we know this. But what we need is for us to come together in peace, come together with unity, come together with love, come together with oneness as Africa, because at the end of the day, we are Africa. We just being transported out of Africa through slavery, through a lot of means that they took us out of Africa and take us out of our culture and our home. Now we're in the Caribbean, we're in Japan, we're everywhere you talk in the world, there is black people all around the world. So this Afrobeat music is the fast rising music out of Africa, and it's going to be there for a while, because Afrobeat don't talk about killing, we don't talk about we don't call women names. It's all about beauty of a woman, African women, quality music, and you know, good mixing and mastering for the betterment of the people. So my people, this is what I came out to speak about early in the morning today, about the banding and people complaining, spitting bad about Afrobeat music. My people on the home ground in Africa have been doing Afrobeat forever. You're talking days from the 90s, from Julius and Pretty. You're talking of Daddy Fresh, Daddy Shoki from Ajegunle. You're talking of a lot of people that put their enormous sweat into these people from the diaspora that came back home to put up the Afrobeat music to what you guys see it to be today. So my people, we all African people, we're from the same motherland. We just been taken to different homes. So we should learn how to cooperate with the Africans and how to learn Afrobeat for our own betterment. Everybody can do Afrobeat. It's not mainly for Africans. It's not mainly for Nigerians. It's not mainly for Ghanaians. It's not mainly for Cameroonians. It's not mainly for South Africans. You know, everybody can do Afrobeat. You can see the new innovation of Amapiano to Afrobeat from South Africa. It's still Afrobeat. That's why you see everything going deep in the world. So a lot of people in the Caribbean should listen to my podcast. If you listen to my podcast today, please let me know how you feel about this in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this in the comment section. We all Africans. We all one people. So my people, I'll be coming back with some other content, and I'll be talking about the beauty of Africa, the history of Africa, and giving insight on what is going on around the world. So I'll be coming back with other content. My people, I just came out to drop this on the podcast this morning. I'll be saying one Africa, one people, Jamaican, Ghana, Barbados, everybody in the Caribbean, you wherever you are in the world, you're Africa. So we need to stick out, we need to stick together with ourselves. I'll be coming to an end on the segment today. I'll be saying one Africa, one unity, African unity to the world, one love. Let's stick together, my people, one love.